Alrighty, hello, everybody. I am threepup. I'm so excited to bring you what is actually a really good game, but with a very bad legacy, I suppose. I don't know how you want to call it. But yeah, I'm here to play Arzette, the Jewel of Faramore, a game heavily inspired by the Zelda CDI games, the very infamous Zelda CDI games. Speaking of, I have a very fun showcase today. I'm going to be playing the normal any percent casual route, but instead of skipping all the cutscenes like a good speedrunner should, we're actually going to watch all of them. It's going to be great. But yeah, I think without further ado, let's get started in 3, 2, 1.
10 years of scrubbing floors.
In the interest of letting you all enjoy these cutscenes as much as I do, I will try to be mostly quiet during these.
Long last, I have returned. Nodoki, for freeing me.
Yeah, here's our big bad for the game, Dimer, and his little purple Doritos.
Master, thank you.
Exchange for thy soul.
Of course, Master.
Very good. Henceforth, you'll have the power to crush your foe.
And here we're going to get introduced to the bosses that we're going to be fighting during the game.
On to other matters.
Master!
Our very colorful cast of villains.
My trusted servants, I am pleased you've not forgotten me. Take each of these shards and guard it with your life, so that I may never be imprisoned again. My revenge will be unforgiving. The punishment will be eternal. This kingdom will be mine!
Our beautiful close-up on our villain.
Your Majesty! Our worst fears have come true!
And now here we get introduced to our hero, Arzette, the best girl.
It's impossible! What about the Jewel of Faramore?
Oh, our vigilance waned. The jewel shards are with the enemy. Ah, easy peasy.
Including a very familiar looking guy. I don't know if he's familiar to all of you, but you know.
If only. A dark fog has enveloped the land. It prevents our approach. Your eyes cannot see daylight out there.
What about the sacred beacons? They weakened Dimer before.
I'm afraid that due to complacency, they've been left unlit.
Don't pay too much attention to the king's fingers.
Oh well, what can we do?
They're a little...
Well, as you know, only a member of the royal family can rekindle the beacons.
I'm ready.
Well, I'm not.
Another issue. My scouts report sightings of dark tapestries that impede critical paths.
Oh, not a problem. My ancestors hid sacred candles throughout the kingdom that can burn these tapestries.
That settles it then. Another fun adventure for me to stay out of.
Where must I go?
I've placed teleportation scrolls throughout the kingdom that you may use, so long as the dark fog around them has been dispelled.
I'll be leaving then.
Good luck!
Get back before dinner!
Be safe, my daughter.
Thumbs up. Let's go. Alrighty. Thankfully, I do get to skip this tutorial and head straight into our first level, Durridon Forest. So yeah, another actually playing the game. Arzette is a 2D action platformy game, kind of like how the CDI games were. But where the CDI games are not very good, Arzette's actually really good. But yeah, as we go through this first level, we're going to be taking a lot of intentional damage, because it costs us a little bit of time for Arzette to swing her sword, time that would be better spent making forward progress. And as we make our way to this next screen, I'm going to set up my HP at a... Didn't want to take that hit, but whatever. I'm going to actually set up my HP at a certain amount to get ready for a death warp that I'm going to use after a very important sequence break. Normally in the game, you're supposed to go on this long trek to find what's called the soul gun, or I think it's... I don't remember what it's exactly called, but... It's long, it's arduous, we don't want to do it. So the dev actually put in this sequence break here where we can go grab the sword wave. Here we die to get out of this room, and now I can shoot little sword beams. Again, maybe like another game that some of you might have heard of, but you know. Most importantly with these sword waves is that they shoot color energy, which we'll see in just a second will allow us to break down these color barriers and go grab a golden fly for later. I have a friend I have to give that to at some point. But yeah, we're gonna make our way to the end of this level here. There actually is a boss here that we need to come back to defeat later, but it's actually faster if we come back towards the end of the run. You also see that whenever I attack, I try to attack in the air. It's just faster that way. But stab this pillar and get to our next cutscene.
Golly! It's Arzette!
Golly!
Oh, you've already lit a beacon.
I doubt the rest will be that easy. Any new info?
Indeed. My scouts have reported blockades enchanted with color.
Here's the game telling us about color
How
magic
am I
that we already
supposed to
have
get through
access
them?
to, because
You're
we're speedrunners and we go
that
fast.
can fire magic of the same color.
Great. Something else I have to find.
Careful,
Also, do pay
Arzette.
close attention.
Don't
Arzette
get
has the best
red
faces.
in the face.
Always.
Ugh. Tell me there's only one color to deal with.
To my knowledge, there are 3 types of color magic.
Don't look so blue, princess.
I'm going back now.
Yeah, with stabbing that pillar, we've unlocked the next set of levels, and we're going to head into the Anju Desert. This level is fairly straightforward, but it will let me introduce a glitch that I'm going to be using a lot. If you saw that enemy I just killed in one hit, that enemy actually only takes 2 hits to defeat, but using a glitch with the sword waves, wherein as long as when you shoot a sword wave out, Arzette's extended sword actually does triple damage. We've actually talked with the dev, because the dev's very cool and communicated with us. This is actually a glitch that was found very early in development of the game, but they decided that it looks really, really cool, so they left it in. And thank you for that, because we're going to be using that glitch a lot to kill a lot of bosses really fast. But this level is already over. I did not get bomb drops, so I'll need to make a note of that. But let's get to our next cutscene.
Any news?
The forces of evil underestimated your prowess. I believe they may fear you.
Ha! Well, they can join the club.
Where's my father?
His Majesty requests your presence.
Oh boy!
Yes,
Allowed.
note from the chat. There is actually a randomizer for the game that the dev helped work on.
I'd hoped to see
If you join the CDI,
long for
no
this
relation,
world.
Discord,
It'll be up
you
to
can
you to lead Faramore.
help setting that up.
Don't talk that
I've been
way.
meaning to play it.
Even if it's
I've just been
true.
too busy, but it looks like a lot of fun.
We'll lead this kingdom through its best days. I'm
I did
certain.
also want to shout out a comment from earlier mentioning the
Goodbye, father.
the YouTube poop mod Farsette. Another mod I've been wanting to play. I just haven't had much of the time left, but it's also really great. But yeah, here's the first level I hate in the game. Norn Swamp. I might die a few times here because there's a very precise jump that I'm trying to pull off to save us some time on a cycle. give it one or two more shots here just because it's cool if I can get it. There we go. Okay, yeah, if I get that jump, then that means I can just hold forward and... okay, game. So, Arzette is a very good video game, but that genie enemy is not good. He's very mean and likes to kill me at the worst times. But we're good. We're fine.
It's good to be with a fellow
We're moving
member
on.
of high society.
This is one of my favorite NPCs in the game. He's a fancy frog. He wants food.
Regrettably, my considerable hunger must be satiated prior to discussing any moving arrangements. Alas, I won't accept commoner food. I require fine dining.
Fine
Perhaps situated
dining?
under a forest rock. You understand?
Yeah, remember that golden fly from earlier? Here's where it pays us back. Alrighty.
As they say, bon appetit. Exquisite.
Exquisite.
Quite. Now I shall partake in a stroll.
Another cool thing that the dev actually did for us speedrunners is he implemented a mode a flag that you can turn on when you beat the game at least once. You can actually skip those introductory cutscenes because they're meant to like introduce the quests that the NPC has, but we know what the quests are, and we usually have the item already before we even talk to the NPC, so it's a bit of a waste of time. But the dev let us trigger that flag for a run and skip those cutscenes. But in the interest of showing all of the beautiful cutscenes in this game, at least in this run, I've turned that flag off. Yeah, the rest of this level is fairly straightforward, but going to be making my way to a little abandoned shack where one of our first important upgrade items is going to be found, which will actually give us the ability to double jump. Every good platformer should have a double jump, right? This is another kind of sort of sequence break where we jump underneath the shack and then go and grab the boots, which let us double jump now. Love to see it. Destroy the genie to get payback from earlier. Ooh. Ooh. The genies are on one today. Okay, next cutscene. Hope y'all didn't get too attached to the dad, because I'm sorry.
Father!
Ah, Arzette. I'm glad you're here.
What's wrong? What happened?
Nothing, my daughter. It's simply the end of my journey. I'm going to meet my ancestors. Don't cry, Arzette. I've lived a long, fortunate life. I have no regrets. Rogram, your service to the kingdom.
This is my favorite joke in the whole game. Is coming up pretty soon. Like my second favorite joke in the whole game.
Dale. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, it's that one.
Arzette,
Dale, I'm
you're
glad you're here.
Faramore's future. And the best part of my life. I love you.
I love you too, Father.
My actual favorite
More
joke in
than
the game,
defeat Diana's
sadly,
evil.
you will not see it
I'll
here,
end it.
but it involves the only unskippable cutscene in the game. But yeah, with that, we'll head over to Spriggan Volcano, where mostly just a lot of really cool platforming, but also I will be gathering the first of our candles, which are our core collectible for the game that will let us destroy these tapestry barrier things and fight the bosses. Yeah, this is like a little kind of sort of auto-scrollery thing, but we're gonna just jump up here, grab this lantern, and fall in such a way that we don't land on any platforms. And then fall again in a way to let us grab this candle in the middle, and grab another important item for later. Later is now, because we're heading to Chillanax Peaks. where we are going to find our first boss fight, a boss fight that we're going to fight using that we call them sword crits, the like falling on them with your sword technique that I mentioned earlier, which lets us take a fight that normally takes a few hits and turn it into a fight that should only end in 2 hits. But we will see how it goes. While we're in here, it's worth to note there is a lantern item in the game that's supposed to make these screens a little bit more visible, but in the interest of speedrunning, we don't get it. So you just have to remember you just have to remember the layout. Yeah, turn over here, grab a key real quick to let us turn in that magic amulet that we grabbed into our next cutscene over here.
This place. It's too chilly for you, don't you think?
I'm looking for jewel shards.
I too seek treasure. In warmer
This cutscene is
places.
particularly notable because Arzette has a
reflection,
certain kind of
bring it to
reaction
me.
Why should
to our
My dear,
sorceress here.
if you wish to scour cursed places for jewels, you better come well prepared. I can give you protection against evil energy, if you help me.
About that
Right.
pendant.
And then we turn that
Well,
in right after,
I certainly won't be needing it anymore.
and she gives us a
Farewell.
magic necklace that will let us access a couple of the levels, and one in particular that we need to go to for critical progression. But while we're in here, grab a candle and head towards the boss. Did not get bombed, so I will need to do shopping after this.
Yeah, looks like
Here's our first boss.
I'll say, on top of a peak. Does
In
Dimer
the-
pay that well?
Oh, what's your
The whole meme of speedrunners not knowing their game, I have since forgotten most of the names of the
If I'm
bosses, so
preaching,
apologies.
you better
I'm just gonna
pray.
call her Cat.
Ugh, you're so
This is Cat.
boring. You'll be more interesting dead.
Apatu, there we go. I'm gonna blame that on the cutscenes, why I missed that first one. But there we go.
Yes, I.
Normally that's a 2-cycle, where we just fall on her twice with our sword, but I missed the first one, which is fine, just a few seconds. But we are done already, and before we go to the next level, I'm gonna take a quick shopping break. Because I need some more bombs for the rest of the run, and I didn't get any during drops. And head to the river. No story progress here, but a very important upgrade that we need to drop into here to grab before we go anywhere else. So, there is some more of those like precise jumps that you could do here. I don't do them because they scare me, but you know, it is what it is. You could do a jump off there. I chickened out last minute. You know, it happens. Also, comment mentioned earlier, yes, you can actually detonate your bombs prematurely by shooting them with a sword wave. It's very nice. Damage boost through sections. To go fall down here, hit the ladder because of course I do, and grab blue magic. I can now swap colors. Oh, okay, grab wrong level. Now I head to the beach, where now I can swap back and forth. You see the upper left corner there, I can swap back and forth between red and blue magic. Ooh, I'm actually gonna grab that real quick. And then go and grab key. And now we see our first blue barrier right here. Most of the rest of this level is pretty straightforward, but I'm gonna do an introductory cutscene with a very familiar NPC here.
I want to run past him, but the hot sand hurts. Ow! Love the chat, but gotta go. See ya. Ow!
He has to go very quickly. Alright, go on the roof here, grab another candle. And head into this cave here, where we're actually going to grab another upgrade that we're going to need later. A magic flute. That actually will let us destroy green barriers. It also has the, I guess, bonus of destroying all airborne enemies. I will never use it for that, but, you know, it's nice to have, I guess. But, stab a pillar for our next cutscene.
It's Arzette!
What's up?
Through your actions, Daimer's forces are critically weak. I fear he'll resort to more cunning tricks to gain the advantage. That incessant noise reminds me. Some instruments in this world are magical. Playing them in the right place will reveal the previously unseen.
It may possibly
just
also
might
destroy
kill
Snorlaxes. It's
Is
up
that
in the
what
air.
you're trying to do to us?
Got it.
Alright, it's now time for my least favorite level in the game, the Fort Findula. Woo! This level's hard. We're gonna grab some shoes that we're gonna give back to our best friend later. We're gonna fight with the menu a bit to get bombs re-equipped. This room is very complicated, but I'm gonna set up a death orb here by taking a hit, dodging that, taking another hit, grabbing the key and dying. The key is saved in my inventory, so now I'm going to make progress towards the upper right of the screen. We're going to have to do a pretty complicated little bomb trick here underneath the level to get to the next screen. And then we're going to grab another candle. Hopefully not get bullied by one of those genies again. Not gonna grab that bag, because I think I have plenty of bombs for the rest of the run. And head to our next boss.
I'll offer you a deal. You lay down your weapons, and I'll give
Another
you
one
a
whose
death.
name I'm blanking on right
What
now,
do you
but
say?
we'll see it in just a
My
second.
contract was
He's a
open at the
capitalist
highest
dragon.
bidder,
His,
but
that's
it
very
already
funny.
signed.
Yes, your death certificate. Nothing comes between me and my gold. Nothing!
Beeves is his name. We're gonna do a quick little sword crit to get some extra damage, and then we're gonna stay right here and shoot beams left and right until he's dead. There he goes.
I hope Daimer took life insurance out on you.
He's fine. This is fine. Right, we're gonna leave and return to the beach for just a second to go give those shoes to our friend. The reason why we talked to him earlier is just so that we get that intro cutscene out of the way, so now we can just turn the boots straight in.
Here's a reward for speed of your own. Gotta go fast. I gotta go. Time to run.
Alright, bye friend. He gave us the speed shoes. They make us fast. We're speedrunners. We like that. Okay, we're gonna do a quick little bomb here to get us into a secret tunnel to grab us another candle. Head us into another scary little room, but thankfully we've got HP to make it a little less scary. I'm gonna take a damage boost to run through. Oop, that's not great. Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen. It's fine. Oh goodness. Okay. Take a little save coming through here. Damage boost again. Okay, ladders are my nemesis. I don't like them, so I try to jump off of them whenever I can. And get out of that scary screen. Not that I need more bombs, but I'm gonna do this anyway. Yeah, didn't think I would get it. I saw that genie. I saw him prepping. Even though I'm going to be setting up for another death warp here, because I need to go all the way to the end of the screen to grab a key, but also go above to grab another candle, do our flute, switch back to bombs, and then die. And now we're going to use that key to enter this shack here. Sadly, this NPC is not required, so we're going to skip him and go to our next cutscene here.
I can reach Dimer's lair. What's
We're
the
getting
plan?
towards the end game.
All
We did just
five
unlock the
retreat
final
jewel
level,
jars
but we're not going to be going there quite yet.
into the jewel of
We have a few more
Then
bosses to
use
defeat
the jewel
first.
to imprison Daimyo in the Book of Ocarin.
So we're just repeating the past?
For fans
Not
of
exactly. Hi,
Wand of
won't be this
Game-a-thon,
time.
we have
I guess I better
our
get
book
going.
that we throw at the enemy to defeat the
Kingdom
boss,
is
but we're
counted.
actually not going to be doing that.
Yeah, what he said. Hey, don't forget this. Throw the book at him, Arzette.
Arzette has different things in mind. Alright, it's early. It's time for breakfast. I'm gonna go to Denny's. Denny's Castle, that is, of course. Here's another pretty complicated dark room where I have to actually hit some lanterns in the darkness. It's fairly hard, but we got there. That little bird's not cooperating. We'll go over here, grab a candle if the game wants to cooperate with me. And then we're gonna exit out this room and throw a bomb here to get ready for later. Take some intentional damage to set up a death warp. Just to get to the bottom of the screen again. And that bomb we threw earlier is already blown up for us. Thank you. And we're gonna set up for our next boss, and my least favorite boss, Nodelki. This boss,
Heroic princess.
I'm very bad at.
Why don't you join us?
There's a very particular strategy that I tried to do
Unlike
to
you.
defeat him fast before
Value my
the RNG
honor.
takes over, and,
How that works.
but I'm not great at pulling it off quite yet. But I'm gonna try to do my best at least. Try to get him done quickly, particularly without dying.
Live forever.
I don't think so.
You've interfered for far too long. Now join your father in death.
So we're gonna start here by shooting a beam at him, and we're gonna throw a bomb at him. And then we're gonna throw another bomb at him, and miss our other hits. He's gonna teleport up, which is fine. Only one more hit left, and we're good. I'm fine with that.
What?
My father showed you mercy once. You're right. He was honorable. I won't make the same mistake.
No! Don't kill me!
He's fine. So fine, in fact. So now we're gonna dip quickly into Dimer's lair just to grab a candle, and now we're gonna do some backtracking. First to the first level of the game to go fight that boss I mentioned. We're gonna take a different route though, because we have double jump, and we can skip a lot of stuff that we did first. Including a little precise jump here to just save us a few seconds. Top off my HP and fight my favorite boss.
Here to challenge me? What behooves you to... Ugh, cease this laughter. You will suffer. Nay, you...
Do note that Arzette
Bring
has
it
the
in.
cutest laugh. Alright,
Here,
boss is dead.
stop horsing around.
Alright, there's another purple Dorito. And now we're heading into our last level before the final level, Crease Canyon. Get your corn puns ready. You'll see in just a second. This level is fairly straightforward. Just some platforming while we make our way to the final boss before the final boss. Dip out to the side here to grab our last candle we're gonna need. Gonna grab a health refill just because I took some hits. And
Scarecrow?
here's Cornrad, the one boss name I do remember, because he's Cornrad.
You can't leave here, can you?
Oh! But if I please Dharma, he'll surely boast of my power.
You know, I could teach you.
Wise, prepare to be shocked!
Alright, here's another boss where we try to do 4 sword crits in a row to defeat him very quickly. Love to see it.
Oh, put me down! Put me down! Wait, get me up! Get me up!
There's our last purple Dorito. Let's go. Heading into the end game here. We're gonna dip out into the town real quick to
I'm here to restore
forge the Jewel of Faramore.
into my sword. Can this be done?
I don't even need the whole jewel.
May I?
I present the Sword of Faramore.
And I give you purple magic.
So we unlock purple magic now, which lets us destroy all barriers, including purple barriers.
It's time I finish this. For good.
Which we'll see a purple barrier coming up in just a second. In the final level, Dimer's Lair. Let's go. So this level has some more complicated movement, including this room, which has us hit 4 lanterns in the darkness. Thankfully I know where they are, but cooperate. Into this room, and just kind of moving forward, trying not to die, because there's lots of hard-hitting enemies, including these clockwork soldiers, which, yeah, that's just gonna follow this tunnel here to the final boss.
I've been expecting.
This isn't actually much of a fight. We're just going to be chasing him down a tunnel.
What a
So, while this is going on, if you're interested in running Arzette, I just wanted to give a quick little shout out. I did write an any percent guide. It's on the game's SRC page. Feel free to check that out. If you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Discord or Twitch.
I've had enough today.
This game is really great, with a lot of great charm to it. I genuinely like these cutscenes. I think they like great and charming, and I'm glad the game exists that showcases this. But yeah, making our way down this little tunnel here. We're going to take some damage up top here, because those spikes do less damage than the books. And time.
I will always return, no matter how many times.
Just we'll let the last couple cutscenes play out. But
I don't have the Book of Ocarin.
as they do, and as Dimer is going to be totally fine. Just a quick little shout out for me. You can, if you like watching me play Arzette or other cool little indie games, you can follow me on twitch.tv/threepup.
In here.
I try to stream more, but you know, it is what it is.
We can rule the kingdom together.
You will never threaten Faramore again. For good.
No, it burns!
He will be fine. He's so fine, actually. Yeah, and we get into our last little cutscene here, where Arzette, on top of being amazing and cool and awesome, she's also based because she destroys the monarchy.
However,
Let's go.
I can't claim this victory as my own. In many ways, you all helped. Likewise, I can't claim this kingdom as my own. On this day forward, Faramore will belong to all of its citizens. Let's work together in a new era of democracy.
Yay!
Let's hear it for Arzette. She's the best.
What do we do now?
Well, how about a feast?
Yay!
We've won.
Thank you, Ghost Dad. Alright. Yeah, that's been Arzette. Thank you all for having me. This is my first time being on Big Bad Game-a-thon, and I had a great time. Thank you all for having me on. But I think with that, I'm good to hand it over to the host.